Hi, my name is Berdine Nickens, and I'm a retired teacher. I'm 69 years young. I want to tell you a little story, and it's true and it's real. When I was a young girl, very young, I lived in a place for about 2 years and a half, a little over 2 years and a half. 2 years, 6 months, no, 7 months, and 2 weeks, and I think 2 days. In this place, I actually got a beating with a long strap about this long, and it was about like that thick. I mean, this wide and this thick. And I never really knew why I was getting the beating, but every time afterward, I'd have these big whelps on my. And it's not. I know it's not funny. But that's the whole reason for the intro is that I learned to laugh because I would get the beating and these whips would be on me. I mean, big whips, from the strap, and they'd be so big, some purple, some kind of a little darker, some red whips, and all of this. And so when I would get the beating, I would go to this little room, sit in a little room, and I'd sit there. And oh boy, I'd be thinking of all the things that I wanted to say about the person who had done this to me. I would just sit there and I would say so many crazy things, and I couldn't tell you all the things because most of it was cussing. I was a little bit kid. That's probably where all the cartoons get their little cursing from with them little kids and stuff. I don't know. They may have heard about it. So I learned to laugh a lot. And that's one of the ways that I stay looking young, I imagine. Because a lot of people, when I tell them that I'm 69 years young, they are like, really? I can hardly believe it, and then I do dress the way I feel most of the time. I feel young. And so that's how I started to become a person of laughter, humor, jokes, and all of this. And I call myself the hometown comedian. I call myself the comedian person, because I don't do stand up comedy and stuff like that. But it's a kind of a living and walking comedy every day, because usually the most humorous things come to me, and they are not as laughable to everyone as they are to me. But to me, it's hilarious, some of the things that I think of, and sometimes I wake up with this laughter. But it all started from when I was that child and got those beatings, and I could never, even today, I have yet to figure out what I was getting them for. I know I speak my little opinion most of the time. Whatever, it could have been that. I have no other idea why I was getting those beatings, and because I wasn't stealing anything, and I never bothered anybody's stuff, and I was always pretty much spiritual, and so I guess I was just a person out of my own 8 years out of my own time zone or something. I don't know, but when I would get them, I would just think of the most hilarious things to say. And I would say those things, and when I get through, I would be so tickled every time, and then it would just bring me out of the pain of what was happening to me. And so from that day, I've been very jovial, and so that is one of the things I attribute to keeping a youthful look. But I also learned that good rest, trying to get to bed at a decent hour, and everybody's decent hour is different, but if it's after midnight, I think maybe you may not be getting the proper rest, the rest that's really great, so I would think that rest some of the time, like from 6 to midnight, like that. But not quite midnight. No, before midnight. You know, before the clock strikes 12. But anyways, so that's one of the ways, and Two of the ways, actually. Like I say, laughter. I mean, you might be a person who really not into laughter a lot because you might be like, well, I'll be taken advantage of. Folks will think I'm just some kind of weirdo. So I don't want to do a lot of laughing. So if you want to, you can do that in your house by yourself. Nobody has to know that but you. But just be aware of hidden cameras. Because people are always catching me, even though I laugh in the public a lot too. But I toned it down as I got older. And so I laugh more, with family and friends and whatever. But they catch me and they put me on the camera. And, and it's be so funny. It's hilarious what they show and everything. And they put it on vines and different things like that. Hide it from me. But sometimes I do get to see it. And anyway, so that's laughter, and that's getting the to bed kind of early. It's early in a decent time. Each day. Every now and then we all gonna stay up all night, all day, everything. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to do it all the time. That's what I'm saying. And I think the other one is being careful what we put in our bodies. As I've gotten older, I realize now the cupcakes won't get it. It's different now for me to enjoy the cupcakes like I once did because they're not really natural. A lot of stuff in it is just, I mean, every now and then we're going to have the cupcakes. Every now and then we're going to have something, that's not really real healthy for us. But, that's life, and everything. And so this is all I wanted to say to you is that if you want to keep a young, healthy look, you want to have lots of laughter. Lots of times, you laugh at yourself sometimes because everything is not as difficult and tough as you think it is. Okay, as we think it. Sometimes we often think drastically that something is this is the end of life because this horrible thing has happened to me, and actually we find ourselves living a few more years after that, and a few more, and a few more, and a few more. Until you do reach the age I am. And if you're not there yet, if you're already there, I'll give you a high five, thumbs up. And and that reminds me, give me a thumb up. And sure, if you like this video, if you think someone can get something from it, okay? And like I said, put the healthy things we put in our body is important because, the body processes this on not only the healthy things we put in our body physically, the healthy things we put in our body spiritually, in our mind. Something happens to us and we can go around. And I remember one time I had a job where they was making me so angry, and I would be like, and I got fired for looking ugly, for being ugly. Now, really? Really, darling. One of my favorite sayings. Being ugly? Really? Okay. And so what we put in our, mouth, those the things that we eat, as my friend Raph Smart would say, eat the natural things, the things from the earth, which are, sometimes now today, those are not being processed as well either. But so we'll just have to be really, really careful what we're eating. And I'm having the time of my life being a better eater, becoming a better eater, selector of what I eat. I mean, and so that's another thing, like what are you thinking, or are you thinking things that just make you just feel so horrible? And if we're thinking something that makes us feel so horrible and takes us so far down, that takes a toll on the body too. And I believe it's because of the chemicals that the body secretes, and I'm not, I am an honorary doctor in divinity, so I can kind of deal with you on the spiritual things, with help, little help from my friends, others. But The medical doctor and the ones that goes in deep into the body to the cells and all of those, like my friend Dr. Anwar. I don't think I quite get there like I want to, 'cause but maybe one day, one of these days, when I get 250, maybe, or 280. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Hey, I love you. And remember, it's about having a little laughter in your life. It's about, sleeping well, getting good sleep. And it's about what you're thinking and eating and putting into the body. Till next time, I love you. Bye bye.